Add and subtraction mini lesson. First problem we have is 46 plus 86. So the first way that you can solve this problem is by using decomposition or expanded form. 46 would be equal to 40 plus 6. 86 would be equal to 80 plus 6. Our next step would be to add vertically. 6 plus 6 is 12. 40 plus 80 is 120, giving us a sum of 132. The other way we can use to solve is our place value, our HTO chart. So I've put 46 on the board and then 86. I'm going to count up my ones first, and I get a group of 10. So I'm going to move that over to the tens place, leaving and then counting my tens. As I count my tens, I get 100. So I'm going to group those together and move over my 100. Therefore, ending up with 100, 3 tens, and 2 ones. Our next problem we have is 67 plus 72. So here I've started off with an HTO chart where I have 6 tens, 7 ones, and then I have 7 tens and 2 ones. So my expanded form shows me exactly what my HTO chart says. So again, adding vertically, 7 plus 2 is 9, and then 60 plus 70 is 130. When we add those two together, I get 139. Over in my HTO chart, I count up my ones, and I have 9. And then I count up my tens. Now, I've kind of done two things here. So I had a group of 100, so I grouped those together, and I had 3 left with 139.
Okay, so our next problem, we are going to take 156 and we're going to add it to 98. So in this particular one, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that, oops, I changed the highlighting there, sorry about that. I'm going to go ahead and put these vertically since I know a lot of families are working on this at home, and this is the way that most of our families have been taught. So here I'm going to take 6 plus 8 and I get 14. So I put my 4 and I regroup in my tens column. So the way I solve is I know that 9 plus 1 give me 10, and then I'm going to take the 5 to give me 15 tens. And I regroup this one. 1 plus 1, 100 plus 100 is equal to 200. So we've got a sum of 254. Our next problem that we're going to go ahead and work on here is going to be the same numbers, except this time I'm going to be subtracting them. And so I'm going to show you side by side the HTO method and then the regular algorithm. So first I'm going to start off with my HTO, and this is what we went over this morning in our morning lesson. So I'm starting off with putting 100, 5 tens, and then my 6 ones. I tend to cross out the numbers once I use them just because I don't have to look at them anymore. This is subtraction, so I'm not going to be adding this number into the HTO chart because I'm taking away. So the first thing I do is I look at my ones and I have 8. But I do not have 8 over here. I only have 6. So I'm going to break up a 10 and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I have enough that I can go ahead and subtract the 8. So I'm going to cross off my 8 and I'm left with the 6 plus the 2. So that gives me 8 here. Now I'm just kind of switching colors. So boys and girls, if you're doing this, the regular algorithm, same thing applies. 6 is not larger than 8. So I go to my 5 and I'm going to take 1 to break it up so that I have 16 and I only have 4 tens left. So 16 minus 8 is equal to 8. So we are getting the same thing. But now I have 4 minus 9. So I've used my 8, and so I don't have enough tens here. So I'm going to break up my 100, and I'm going to put 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. So now I have enough that I can cross off, and I'm left here with my 3, 4, and 5. So my difference is 58. Switching over here, I'm going to take that 100 and break it up so I have 0 left, which is exactly what I have in my HTO chart, and I'm going to add it over here so I have 14. And 14 minus 9 is equal to 5. So I have the same answer, the same difference, just different way of looking at it. Okay, the next problem we're going to take a look at here is going to be 345 minus 55. Okay, so again, I'm going to do my HTO chart. And one thing that we did talk about in our morning session was about if you are stacking in this way right here, it is important, crucial that you line up all of your place value. So your hundreds, your tens, and your ones. So I have, and I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of that up there just so that when we start doing our subtraction, it doesn't interfere. So 340 and 5. So now I'm ready to get started here. So I see 5 minus 5, and I know that 5 subtracted by 5 is 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm left with 0. But now I have to go ahead and subtract 5 from 4, which I know that I can't do. So I'm going to break apart one of my hundreds. So now I'm left with 2 hundreds, and I'm going to add that over here. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And one reason I count up there is because I don't want to include this amount in my 10. So now I have a total of 14 over here in the 10. So I have enough that I can go ahead and take away my 5, leaving me with 9 left. And then I have 2 hundredths. So my difference here is 290. And then just taking that number again, and this time I'm going to just do the opposite. The inverse is I'm going to add. So I have 5 plus 5 is 10. I put my 0 and I regroup that 1. 4 and 1 make 5 plus 5 is again 10. So I regroup that one. And I have 400, which is my sum. I'm going to keep using that word because that's one of our vocabulary words. All right, my last problem for today is 134 minus 82. And again, because it's subtraction, I am going to show you both the HTO method as well as the regular algorithm. So I have 134. So I've got that one done, perfect. And I have to get rid of 2. So 2, 2. Now for the next one, I see here that I have 3, and I need to take away 8 tens. Can't do that, so I'm going to break that, leaving you at 0. And I'm going to count 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Added up, I have a total of 13 tens. So now I can get rid of my 8. And that leaves me with these 5. And I know 13 minus 8 is equal to 5. So I have my difference here of 52.